Hey guys,
We are here with the 2022 Do Some Good Mobile magazine. They are hitting shelves as we speak.
if you're listening, you can't see that we're holding them up, but if you're watching, you can see that we have the magazine cover here right in front of you, and we're even going to pop up. Look at this. That's all the covers from the previous year. So we want to make this episode real quick to just tell you guys the history of this project, where this came from, why it started, and then kind of what to expect this year with these interviews. I think it's the right thing to do. So this magazine was not in the wheelhouse of the Mobile Rundown, I'd say 6 years ago or 5 years ago, right?
Definitely no.
We were inside of a former event magazine that we were doing quarterly. We did it for a year and a half until COVID started, and then it punched us right in the face because all events canceled, and so we kind of canceled that quarterly magazine, at least for the time being, for the foreseeable future. But in that magazine, there was a section, a Do Some Good section.
And even before that, before the magazine, we had it in our weekly newsletter that we would send out. It would be a section called Do Some Good.
Got it.
Just for nonprofits to say, give them a moment to say, hey, we need help doing this, or hey, we have this fundraiser coming up, or we need volunteers, or we need donations. And every single one of those would always get sold out immediately.
It would fill up because I guess there was a need, there was an outlet, a need for them to be able to shout out to the world what they had going on, or what event they had coming up, or how people could help them out, or whatever. And so and obviously in that magazine section, obviously we obviously had to sell it. You sold it at like a super affordable rate.
Oh my goodness, yes.
But still there was a crazy demand for that, and so we took note of that. I remember you were like, man, like we've already got these like filled up for the next couple of magazines, and I think we were having a coffee or something, just having a little business meeting chat, and I think that's when the idea sprang up. Why don't we create like a standalone magazine highlighting nonprofit, and not just a physical magazine, but a physical and digital publication? We're already digital. And so we said, well, okay, now we know how to make magazines because we had done a few. We said, why don't we make a standalone magazine highlighting nonprofits? And we gave it a go, right?
Yeah.
Like we didn't even know that like, oh, this is going to be an annual thing. We just said, hey, let's give it a go. And I think we figured it out. Year one, people that knew us and knew our brand, that knew the Mobile Rundown, said, yeah, absolutely. Like we'll sign up for this thing. And we didn't know how to price it. We just obviously didn't want to like lose money. But we wanted to be able to highlight the nonprofits and obviously pay ourselves for our time to produce it. And we kind of figured that out, and it worked, and it went really well the first year.
Well, I think what a lot of people don't understand is Mobile itself is run by amazing organizations that do so much for the community. There are resources out there that you might not even know exist. And so the whole goal with the publication and with everything that we do with Do Some Good is to let the community know how they can get involved with the organizations that are out there. And what I have learned, I think what we have all learned from this, is that there are so many organizations and people in the community doing so much good, and they need help. They need donations. They need volunteers. They have fundraisers. They need you to be on boards. They need you to be part of planning committees. They need you to show up at meetings. They need you to be a part of what they are doing. And so I am so excited that this is our fourth year. And then we have had the most organizations be a part in this fourth year. It's incredible. And so I encourage you to go out there, find the magazines that are on shelves, go online. We have them on our website, and see the organizations that are out there that could use your help.
And so to rewind back one more time, this project has organically kind of grown and morphed itself. This is kind of how we tend to operate business. We have an idea, we launch it. Oh, cool, that was neat. And then it grows from there. So last year, year 3 was the first year that we interviewed everyone that was included. We gave everyone that was in the magazine an opportunity to interview with us.
Yes.
And that was really cool. It's exhausting. It's a lot of work, but it's exciting. It's super exciting for us to get to chat with the leaders of all these organizations and try to highlight them. And then those become, so if you're listening or watching right now, that is what's going to start coming out, is the season of the 2022 Do Some Good publication interviews. And that's what's going to be coming out in the sequence. And it's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be 20, 30 of these things. And it's going to be a lot. I
It's a
mean,
lot.
it's a lot to do, but we're excited to be producing it. And so, yeah, so sit back, hang out, and just enjoy the ride and connect with these organizations, listen up, and then see how you can get involved with them.